kept powering through, kept training really hard, and then I ended up having my first win by a head kick knockout. It's crazy to have a win like that. It was in the 3rd round as well, so it wasn't just like a fluke shot. Like the arm raise part wasn't the most crazy part. It was when I dropped it and the ref did this to signal that it was, the fight was over and then it was a knockout. That was the crazy feeling. That is still like imprinted in my mind. My name is Gabrielle Ramos. I am a professional Muay Thai fighter. I was born in Philippines. I was there till I was 5 years old, and then I moved to England, and I grew up there till I was 12, and then I moved to Australia. England was okay, but there was a couple of riots, and it's such a small country with a big population, and you find that you just don't feel like you have much room to grow. My mum is a nurse and my dad currently works in the hospital as well. My brother is also now a nurse. A lot of Filipinos are nurses. Filipino women are often expected to be quite ladylike and graceful, and I had never been like that for my whole life, and it was always hard for them to watch me like slowly become a professional athlete. I remember when I was young and I watched this like Shaolin, I think it was Shaolin Soccer. That was a sick movie. I watched that when I was young and I was like, I want to do that. I asked my dad if I could do like a martial art when I was young, and he said no. I grew up kind of wanting to be like one of the boys, but never really allowed to. I know they're proud of me. It's just so different for them seeing me fight and do something like this every day. I know they're really, really proud of me. They share my posts all the time, and they come to my fights, but I know deep in their heart they struggle to see me get hurt in the ring. It's a journey, but it's been really cool to see them like also fall in love with my journey in their own little way. So I did go to uni and I finished global studies very recently. So I did a Bachelor of Global Studies, but it took me having to like move out or like get a car to even start Muay Thai. I started the sport when I was 18 and a half. So I only found out really about Muay Thai quite recently. When I first started, I was so shy. When I first signed up for the gym, I couldn't even talk to my coach. Muay Thai has helped so much with my confidence. It's probably one of those addictive feelings too, being able to be courageous enough to step in the ring, let alone carry yourself in front of a whole room. So fighting has helped me with my confidence for sure, but coaching has really, really helped me with that. It's also helped me become a better fighter too, because it's helped me break things down in my head. I like fell in love with Muay Thai as soon as I did it, and I never planned to fight or anything. I didn't start Muay Thai wanting to fight. I just did it for fun. I was training morning, lunch, night. Kieran got so sick of me, not really, but I was here a lot. And one day he just came up to me and told me that I should train to fight, and I laughed because I felt that it was just so out of reach, like that it just didn't make sense. And then I think maybe a week later, I was just sitting after my class had finished and the fighters had started to train, and they just looked so cool. It was just so impressive to see them do something so difficult and just challenge themselves, and I told myself that, you know, I should give it a crack. If someone like Kieran believes I can do it, then I should give it a try. So I kind of came up to him and I was like, okay, I think I want to do it now. A few months later, I got a match, my first match, and training to be a fighter and training to fight is a whole another story. There's so much like discipline and challenge with it and sacrifice. It's really empowering to finish a fight or to finish training in the fighters class and know that you got through it. That's hard. That was good. I did lose my first 3 fights actually. So that in itself felt hard. My family told me to, a few of them told me to just stop doing it because obviously I was losing. They just felt like maybe it wasn't for me, and they kind of saw it as an opportunity to tell me to stop because they didn't want to see me get hurt or they wanted to see me do something else. But it almost like made me want to do it more because I wanted to prove them wrong. I kept powering through, kept training really hard, and then I ended up having my first win by a head kick knockout. It's crazy to actually to have a win like that. It was in the 3rd round as well, so it wasn't just like a fluke shot. Like the arm raise part wasn't the most crazy part. It was when I dropped it and the ref did this to signal that it was, the fight was over and then it was a knockout. That was the crazy feeling. I've just never done that to anyone, and I ran to Kieran and I gave him back like a massive hug. That is still like imprinted in my mind. That was amazing. Having your hand raised is cool. It is sick, but that was crazy. That was cool. I worked hard for, you know, the whole way leading up to get to that point, and battled through everyone telling me to stop, and the fact that I will probably have to forever deal with people thinking that I am just a pretty girl capitalizing on that. Honestly, I work really hard. I'm in the gym so much. My headspace in the ring is to win the exchanges, have the better exchange, have the better technique shown, have the more effective and stronger technique shown, and display beautiful Muay Thai and make my coaches and my family and everyone that support me proud, and that's where I'm at. My partner is David Pennimpede. He is the current international middleweight champion. We met at my first fight. He was actually helping out the gym that I was fighting. He was going to move to Brisbane and then ended up visiting Canberra, and he just fell in love with the place and loved the gym, and obviously we started liking each other, so then he ended up moving here, and now he is pretty much the second head coach under Kieran. How long have we been together now? 3.5 years. He's always been quite mentally strong and mentally driven, and I have never met anyone as disciplined as him. He just works so hard, and I really aspire to be like him, and it's awesome to have someone like him in the sport. He's really pushed me and helped me, and it's nice to have someone so understanding about the sport. Ever since I've been with him, I just don't see anyone else that I could be with. This sounds so corny, but we bring out the best in each other, so I don't think I would do that as well with someone who doesn't understand the sport. It's a whole world of difference knowing that your partner understands exactly what you're going through. It also is awesome to be able to share your greatest passion with someone who equally loves it just as much as you. I lost my last 2 fights just before this. They were both fairly close. The one before I got cut twice. It's a tough sport. It's very tough, and sure, you want to win all of them, but the reality is like sometimes you just can't, and to be able to push and keep going even when it gets hard is, like I said, it's kind of addictive to know that you can withstand that and overcome and still train and still want to fight after you've lost. You know, losing sucks, it does suck. I'm not gonna say, you know, you want to lose, but at the end of the day, like, I do it because I absolutely love it. And I've had 12 fights. I think I'm 6-6, but in saying that, a lot of those losses have been quite close. I want to set a standard for myself and for other people. I want them to know what hard training looks like. It's kind of just hit me that I have become this person that young girls and young athletes look up to, and that's crazy because I am the little girl, and now I've become like the woman that people look up to. I know that people look up to me, and I want to make them proud, and I want to set that standard for these little girls that want to be like me. I want to show them that they can be proud of me and that they can have me as an idol. I've never been knocked out, I've never been knocked down either. In saying that, I did get fairly hurt in my last fight. I got cut twice, and then I also had like a big hematoma on my cheek. It's one, shown me what I need to work on, but it's also shown me how resilient I can be and how tough I can be. What actually took the longest to heal was my cheek. It hurts more getting stitched up than getting cut, because they kind of just like skim past your skin. That's usually what makes the cut more. I've been trying to kind of pick and choose my moments depending on what my opponent is doing or what kind of openings I have as well. So I've, as always, been trying to be a bit more of a smarter fighter. I like to try and control the ring quite well, so trying to make fighters fight where I want them to fight. I like to lure them in and counter, so make them make the mistake and me capitalize on that. My switch kick is my favorite, so much so that I need to work on my right kick. I have only had 12 fights and I haven't been in the sport for that long, but it's not like I was just like handed this on a silver platter. I have worked really, really hard to get to where I am, and I'm in the gym every night. I'm usually the first one here and like the last one to leave. I just, you know, I do it because I love it. I don't do it because I mean, everyone gets old and everyone gets wrinkles and everyone gets lines in their face. My one just tells a story, so I'm sure it's a common thing to hear, but I really want to be the best. I just want to be the best. All I can think about is Muay Thai. How I can have it like in my life more, how I can coach more, or how I can, you know, work certain hours so that I can be at the gym more, or what I can do in the long term to have Muay Thai more in my life. Now that I'm in very much like delved into the Muay Thai profession, I think this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.